hello, namaste to all. Welcome to hashtag SweroChat, 10 questions with Swero Stars, a unique platform for Sweros to share their stories. And today we have our speaker, Hemant Swero, who recently graduated from Azim Premji University, Bangalore. And it's a real privilege to have Hemant Swero Anna to be here with us on SweroChat to share his story with us. Hi Anna, how are you?
Hi, hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Anna. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I feel privileged to be here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to all of us, Anna. So yeah, so just for the start of the interview, could you please introduce yourself? Telling your Swero School's journey, the place you're currently living in, where you're from, etc.
Right. So I'm Hemant Kumar Swera. I am from. I was born in a village called Nerleshwar, which is my grandma's village. I have studied up till my primary education there. And then, thanks to my uncle Anjanelu, he helped me to study, and then he joined me in social work schools in 2008 into 600. Uh, and both my parents are illiterate, and both of them work for wages every day. And I have a brother who is now working as a medical lab technician. And currently I'm living in a village called Chilkamari, which is in my own village with my father and mother and my brother. So that's my background.
Great, Anna. Great. So, as we all know, you have studied your undergrads in Azim Premji University plus postgrad degree also in Azim Premji University. So you are like this exceptional person who could talk about, how APU journey has been so far for you, and just the kind shift. For example, right after you finish your intermediate, you've gotten a seat into Azim Premji University for your undergrad. It's like, can you please share with us how the journey has been? Like the shift from Swero schools to Azim Premji University.
That's a very good question. I think so. After joining into social work schools for a long time, it wasn't really anything different. We were just studying and then doing normal stuff. But in my ninth class, towards the end of the ninth class, E plus club activity was introduced, and I was not a famous kid. I was not a small student or whatever. I was not in the limelight. But that club activity sort of boosted my confidence because my English skills, which I had to some extent. And then I need to thank Rashita Naidu madam, who was teaching us English in my junior intermediate and also junior intermediate. But she was my class teacher, so she had conducted E plus club activity every day without fail. Wow. And I think that is what helped me to crack APU exam. And along with her, another person I should thank is my botany lecturer Navraj sir. So both of them worked really hard for the students. And then I think they have contributed enormously for my success.
Could you please now talk about how APU spaces and Swero ideology helped you grow politically as a person?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question and also a complicated question. APU, when I've joined in APU first year, we have got a lot of support from the faculty, but I did not find acceptance to my identity is what I felt. So there was no one asserting, even as a Swero, forget about their lower class caste identity. But people were not confident enough to assert that, I am a Swero, because it was completely upper class dominated elite culture. And it was difficult for people to assert. And in my second year, when Asim Siddiqui and Sunandan started this club called Ambedkar Feminism and Study and Struggle Alliance, we started going there, me along with Mansa and Aishwarya, and we started discussing caste, Ambedkar, and gender, all these things. So we realized that we are all equal, and we've finally got confidence that we should assert wherever we are. And be Swero or be your other identities, we should not be afraid to assert your identity wherever you are. however intimidating it might feel. And so we started doing that. I think that was the best thing that happened to me in UG campus, because before that we lived in a campus which completely all of us were the same category almost. But first time when we were living with a different set of people, it was difficult. And then at the same time, because of this, we could assert and then assert our equal selves with others. And I think that's a very important thing. And to add to that, this club not only helped us to form opinions politically, but also helped us academically, emotionally, and also financially. So it was almost like a small family. We were very few people, but we were helping each other throughout. And to continue this question, extend this question to PG life, Sunandan, Asim, me, and Mansa, all of us felt that we should have a space in PG also like that. And then we came up with this name called Savitri Ambedkar Cultural Forum, where we try to encourage more people to come, because a lot of people need this kind of support, and they were not willing to come because you already have so much of assignment burden on you, and then you don't want to come and read, do all this academic engagement all over again. So we wanted to have a cultural space where you sing songs, you dance, and then you play instruments, tapu or guitar, whatever you want to play. And then come together as a group, no matter your social location, and then help each other, and also to think about it. So I'm very happy to tell you that today we have around 50 plus members of a family in PG campus under Savitri Ambedkar Cultural Forum, from all the states, and not only states, from all the states, all the poor and marginalized sections, and also we also have people from other social backgrounds as well. But the remarkable thing about this is that now people are not afraid to assert themselves in the public space. Any college fest happens in the PG campus, these people are the loudest voice. If you were there in the last Unmukt, we can talk to any of our colleagues in UG. Unmukt our people were the loudest voice in Unmukt Fest, and I could not sleep that day, because in the first year we could not even assert ourselves. Now we are doing this much. So yeah, I'm happy about that. But to talk about Sphero identity, as I said, Sphero identity was there throughout. There was no difference for me between Sphero ideology and then what we are trying to do in the club in UG and PG. So it was we were reading Ambedkar, and we were reading Periyar, and we were reading all the other text, and trying to understand the social context, and then have our own response and trying to solve these real world issues. And that has continued till the PG. Yeah.
Yes. 1 second.
Yes.
Yes, Anna, that's very nice to hear, and so proud to hear that everybody is engaging in different kinds of activities, and showcasing their talent and proving themselves. It's very nice to hear. So on a general note, like you've spoken about Sphero ideology, and we've spoken about APU as an experience. Could you please also tell us like how do you want to pay back to the society, and what are your future prospects in the coming days?
Yeah, that's a good question. But before going to that question, I think I should mention what I think. I mean, as I did not get a chance to speak about Sphero ideology. But so Sphero ideology for me is very individual at one level. That it will give you, it's a way of life that gives you a set of principles. If you follow them, you can reach the best possible positions in your life, and you have very very good set of principles. But also it imposes an altruistic behavior on people. So it calls for sacrifices, and you need to help people like you. You need to help the weak, and you need to be little less regressive, as in we need to go towards a progressive society. So because of which we are trying to say that Sparrows are not taking dowries. Sparrows are men, especially, are washing their own plates, and they're trying to share their share of household work. All these things are very progressive. I don't think any movement now is trying to do the same thing, and it is very futuristic. We are trying to train our kids, this tribe, so that they will be able to rule this world tomorrow. It is not, Heroism is not for today. I think so. My understanding is that it is not. I do not know if you and me will be able to see the results of what true heroism will be, and I think, and I'm very hopeful that definitely one day our people will contribute to major fields of science, technology, and then help uh, take this country forward.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yes, Anna. So this was, yeah.
And to add to that, I'm sorry. So whenever I talk about Sparrowism, I tend to talk more. I'm trying to reduce it, but so I never got an opportunity to thank our Supreme Sparrow, Dr. R.S. Praveen Kumar. Even though we had so much of interaction, but we could not get time to thank him or express my love for him. So I'm a true. So I just want to use this platform to say that I'm a true fan of Dr. Praveen Kumar. I study him. I try to. I study him every day. What he's saying, what he's speaking, what he's doing, his policies, his schemes, and all these things. And I completely trust his vision, and I think along with all of us, we are all ready to do whatever it takes for this mission. Yeah, I think it is important to remind ourselves this.
Yeah, that's very true, Anna. That's an important point to put it out and say it aloud. The kind of dedication that we have towards this whole mission, for sure. Just in terms of like how you explaining, not taking dowry, washing our own plates, like from the gender perspective, like what all things that you guys are doing, just as a small contribution to the society will definitely be a big change in the future, and it's definitely futuristic, and it really makes me feel hopeful about the things that are going to transform in the future and be hopefully not at least our generation, but like the coming generations will definitely see the substantial changes, and could see how the whole idea of gender or caste or the kind of lifestyle that Sphero ideology teaches us. Thanks.
Absolutely.
And again, you spoke about our Supreme Sphero, and he's a legend, and I think it's important to put it out there. And,
continuously assert that.
Exactly. And I think we all should definitely remember that and put it out there, and just definitely shout out to just say how Dr. R.S. Praveen Kumar Sir Garu is the only reason for everything today happening in our lives, right? So and like following on that, like could you please tell us your future prospects, for the audience?
Yes. Sorry. I'm preparing for UPSC 2021, and then hopefully we'll clear it. And I would like to, wherever I am, if not wherever I am, I would want to be part of this wisdom war, and I would want to do as much as I can for this mission. And there is no compromise on that. This is my first priority. This will always be my first priority, and that is I do not have an exact plan as such yet because I'm working on myself now. But whenever I can, I'm ready to be a part of this mission. Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing to hear that you're preparing for UPSC and being civil servant aspirant, and I think we should definitely all give best wishes and tell all the best to you in the coming future, and you're definitely going to crack it, and the kind of dedication that you're putting to it, it's very amazing to see, and all the best wishes from all of us watching this. Yes, and also on a final note, could you please give a message to all these Sparrows who are APU aspirants, and if anything that you want to tell them, what would it be?
This for people who are trying to apply to APU, I think if you want to get through the entrance test, one should need a holistic understanding of what you're studying. So you need to have a very clear understanding of the concepts, and then you get a little bit of English, communication skills, and then a little bit of math. And also, you need to have an understanding of what is happening around you.
Yes.
So reading newspaper would be a really, really good idea. So yeah, I think, but please, so a lot of people, some people are withdrawing their admission. I think I don't know if that's a good idea, because APU is such an amazing place for you to learn and grow. It really gives a lot of skills which you will not get anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it will give you an environment with such a diverse community. Yes. And then such a supporting and amazing faculty. Yeah. So
yes,
yeah.
Yes, and your point about how people are withdrawing admissions, it's a very true thing, and not just confining to APU, but also other elite institutions in India, be it central universities or private universities. That's been the case, and I think you must have heard it from Praveen Mamrala sir also, like how it's been a worrying aspect that 600 kids get into institutions, but not even 100 of them are going, right? And this whole idea about educating the parents and telling how I mean, of course, like when you say this is best, this is not best, you should also provide reasons for that, right? So I think the society is also now striving towards telling parents, making them get educated about how all these things work, how your kids go and study in the institutions and how they become, even academically, socially, personally, culturally, etc. And yeah, I think, I mean, it's very sad to hear such a thing is happening, and it's been growing. And I think it's also a concern how lockdown has also been a big effect.
Yeah, I might think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
in terms of like just the idea of gender and like women being in their homes. I think in the rural areas it's just been a very big concern, and a lot of marriages have been encouraged, and that is what I have been also hearing from my friends, and it's very upsetting. But yeah, I think the society is also like coming up with some programs to sort of change the dynamic and educate the parents, and hopefully that mission will be successful, and at least some change happens, because again all we can do is hope for the best. Yes, Anna.
Yeah, I think I should add something on that, because so to the students first, since the lockdown and this whole thing, not reopening college, all of this can be very depressing, and all of this can be very put you at a low level. But we need to find strength in each other. You need to talk to each other. You need to talk to your friends, who's ask them what they're doing, and then get strength from each other, and then not stop. No reverse gears. Remember, we don't have reverse gears. We cannot. We don't have brakes. Also, we cannot stop. Yes. So only way for us is to forward. So I think I would request all the students to talk to each other, and then not stop. And I would please request the parents to not to force them to work now and then get settled. With a lot of time, there's a lot of time for all these things. Let this pandemic get set, and then and then also for the parents, whoever can afford it, please make space for your children so that they can study, and especially because the colleges are not opening, and they have to study at home, and you please make a sacrifice and stop watching all those serials and movies, and then make space for them to study. You go out and do whatever you want to do, but make space for them. Please do that. It's okay. You can go have fun outside. I just wanted to put it out. Please, parents.
Yes, Anna. Because I think the whole, that environment, the academic environment has to be created. Otherwise, there's no way.
Yes. As our Supreme Swarup puts, every house should become a university, and then every space should become a knowledge center.
Yeah. And it's funny because like for us, like going to home in vacation, home is a place where we enjoy, and especially for us, right? Like, because all our lives happen in
Right.
institutions as hostels, and like suddenly you go home for a vacation and now you're just home, and you have to see that as a space where you work. I think
Yeah.
it's also something that we all get used to, because the whole COVID situation and the whole world is now, this is all unprecedented times, and
Yeah. Yes.
nobody has
Yes.
any control over it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
But
We need
yeah,
to fight this out.
yeah, exactly, Anna.
Yes.
Exactly. Because now this is becoming the new normal, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So we need to find more more ways to find it in a normal way.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
such a way so that we can, lead again a normal life.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Yes.
But yeah, no, and I think, yeah, it's very, it's an absolute pleasure and honor to have you here, and it's very, very inspiring to see how, this whole journey of yours has been so far, from Swero schools to APU undergrad and APU PG, and now you are an aspiring civil servant. This whole journey, it's super, super inspiring for us also to listen to, and learn a lot from this, right? Because this whole idea of the platform is to just get all these favors, like you also know, like, you have so many friends out there, you have so many brothers and sisters out there. Everybody will be definitely eager to listen to your perspectives, your experiences and challenges, and this will definitely be helpful for them to see how these are just little things, right? Like small, small things that we don't talk about, right?
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, and thanks for giving us your time and coming here and sharing whatever you could share, so that everybody could learn at least some out of it. And and the message to the parents, the message to the kids, the message to aspiring APU students, and what you as a person are doing for this whole mission. It's very great to hear, Anna. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much
much.
on
Thank you
that.
so much for having me.
Yeah, on that note.
Jai Bhim.
Jai Bhim, Anna. So yeah, signing off. Hashtag Svero Chat. 10 questions with Svero starts with Hemant Svero. Thanks, Anna. Jai Bhim, Jai Sveros.
Jai Bhim. Thank you. Jai Swaras.